are kings of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
On the road in Orleans, it is a pre-4th of July spectacular between the Gatemen and the Firebirds. Good to have you with us. Welcome to Eldredge Park for the first time in 2023. We're on the leadoff spot with Jack Hunter, Amanda Foster. I'm Aiden Blank. Jack, it's been a couple of days since the Gatemen have gotten a win. They could very much use one in their longest trip of the season today.
Yeah, Orleans had a really rough loss last night, too. So you've got two teams that are coming in here today that I think are going to play maybe a little bit more desperate. I think you're going to see both teams coming in here with a little bit more sense of urgency, a little bit more energy, at least being around the Gatemen the past few days. You get kind of sense the energy's been a little low. That's something Ryan Smyth has admitted to Amanda. So look for this team to get off the bus today, come into Orleans, and just be really ready to play and get after it.
Worst record at home in the league, worst record on the road in the league. Something's going to have to snap. What's got to crack for the Gatemen to get back in the win column?
I think starting pitching has to be good there today. I think the past few games, the starting pitching hasn't been there. The bullpen has carried a lot of innings and has done really fantastic at that, but how sustainable is that? The starting pitching is something that carried this team through the first course of the year, and you've got a lot of new guys on the mound. You've got a guy in Aiden Major who showed a lot of promise last weekend, pitching very well, 4 2/3 innings, 2 runs against the Katuitt Cavaliers, one of, if not the top offense in the Cape Cod Baseball League. So Aiden Major's on the mound. He's going to need to get through 4 or 5 solid innings, leave the game with a chance to win the game. And if the Gatemen have a 1 or 2 run lead going into the 6th, 7th inning, I feel pretty good about the team's chances today.
Let's hear what the skipper thinks. It's Ryan Smyth and Amanda Foster on The Manager's Show.
Here on The Manager's Show with Ryan Smyth. And Coach, you talked to me last night about really having a focus on early work today to kind of get those fundamentals down. The weather kind of got in the way a little bit with the rain. Were you able to still do what you wanted to do in early work and batting practice and everything?
Yeah, I think we got accomplished what we wanted to today. The rain came really right at the end, so it wasn't too much of a delay or anything. But yeah, we got exactly what we wanted done.
How would you describe the mentality of the team coming into today?
It was good. I mean, even early work, it's easy to, again, after a bad loss to come out and just be kind of lackadaisical, but they know what we've been messing up with last couple games, and I think they were eager to get out there and just field some ground balls, throw the ball around, and kind of do it in a non-pressure situation.
In this stretch, I'm curious if anybody has kind of stepped up in a leadership role, if you've seen some guys take on a little bit more maybe.
Yeah, I think Glancy, guys that have been here since day one, they've seen us roll really good. They've seen it bad. They've I think grasped our concepts from the coaching staff. So you kind of see the little actions and words that are said in the dugout of, just picking some guys up, and if guys don't have a good at bat or whatever, hey, next one, no big deal. You'll be in a big spot later, and that's kind of cool because it's something I say to some guys that maybe had a bad at bat in a big spot when they come in, and it's just, hey, you're going to be in a big spot later, don't worry about it. So to see them kind of pick up on it and start to do it, that's pretty cool.
And Aiden Major, starting on the mound tonight, had 6 strikeouts in his last appearance. What did you see from that you're hoping he can bring into tonight?
He competed in the zone. He threw strikes. He has some good strikeout stuff. So I think I'm hoping that he's going to give us another good outing.
All right, great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Back on the leadoff spot, taking a look around the league with our Cape Cod Baseball League standings. In the matter of days, Wareham went from 2nd in the West, chasing Katuitt for the first spot, to 4th in the West, barely hanging on to a playoff spot. That kind of shows you, A, how tight the race is in the West Division. It should stay that way for the rest of the season. And B, well, how close things can be in the Cape Cod Baseball League, how 2 nights can really make a difference.
Yeah, and then in the East, not really anything has changed. Brewster just keeps sinking to the bottom. They've lost their 5th straight game now. You've got an interesting spot for Orleans right now, who's currently in 3rd place, 16 points. They're within striking distance of 2nd and 1st place. They lost a tough one last night, but these upcoming games for them are going to be really important because when we get to the All-Star break, it could decide whether they're a team that's towards the top or whether they're a team that's fighting for a playoff spot in 5th and 4th place.
We'll take a break. The leadoff spot rolls on after this.